Welcome to our video. Today we're focusing on helping you improve your English pronunciation and speaking skills using shadowing techniques. Shadowing is a fantastic way to mimic natural speech patterns, improve your accent and gain confidence in speaking. Shadowing involves listening to native audio and simultaneously repeating it aloud to improve pronunciation, rhythm and fluency. Follow along, practice with us, and see how much progress you can make. Let's get started. The letter that changed everything. In the quiet village of Elmbrook, nestled among rolling hills and lush meadows, there lived a boy named Henry. At 16, Henry had dreams larger than the little town that seemed to wrap itself around him like a comforting yet confining blanket. His heart was full of stories he longed to write, places he yearned to visit, and a version of himself he desperately wanted to become. Yet fear and doubt often overshadowed his ambitions. One crisp autumn afternoon, as the leaves painted the ground in hues of amber and crimson, Henry's teacher, Mrs. Jennings, gave the class an unusual assignment. "Write a letter to your future self," she said, her warm smile reaching her kind eyes. "Seal it and keep it safe. Open it in 10 years' time." Henry found the idea intriguing. That evening he sat by his bedroom window, the moonlight spilling onto his desk. He thought about the man he hoped to be, the life he wished to live. Slowly he began to write. "Dear Henry, today you are 16, full of dreams and doubts. If you are reading this, you're 26 now. I wonder, have you achieved what we hoped for? Remember how much you loved stories? I hope you've written at least one book by now. Have you travelled beyond Elmbrook? I hope you've seen the world, or at least a small part of it. But most importantly, are you happy? Not the fleeting kind of happiness, but the deep, quiet kind that feels like home. If you've forgotten who you are, I hope this letter reminds you. You are brave, even if you don't always feel it. You have a good heart, and it's okay to fail as long as you keep trying. Don't let fear hold you back. Chase the life you want, even if it scares you. With love, your 16-year-old self." Henry sealed the letter, tucked it inside a small wooden box and placed it at the back of his wardrobe. Time passed, and life, as it often does, swept him along like a river. He left Elmbrook at 18 to attend university in the city. He made friends, lost some, fell in love, and had his heart broken. He wrote a few short stories but never finished his book. His days were filled with a steady job that paid the bills but left little room for passion. Somewhere along the way, he forgot the boy who had written that letter. It was a rainy afternoon, exactly 10 years after Henry had penned those words. Now, 26, he was back in Elmbrook, clearing out his childhood room before his parents sold the house. Amidst old textbooks and faded photographs, he stumbled upon the wooden box. His hands trembled as he opened it, revealing the letter. He hesitated, unsure if he wanted to confront the words of his younger self. Finally, he unfolded the yellowed paper, the familiar handwriting pulling him back to a time when he was unafraid to dream. As he read, a wave of emotions surged through him, nostalgia, regret, and a spark of something he hadn't felt in years, hope. The letter reminded him of the fire he once had, the boy who dared to imagine a life beyond the ordinary. Henry realized how far he had drifted from the path he had dreamed of. He had been so consumed by practicality and fear of failure that he had stopped reaching for more. That evening, Henry sat at his old desk, just as he had 10 years earlier. This time, instead of writing to his future self, he wrote a plan. The first step was to finish the book he had abandoned years ago. Every evening after work, he dedicated an hour to writing. Some days were harder than others, But he kept at it, hearing the voice of his 16-year-old self cheering him on. The second step was to travel. Henry saved diligently, cutting out unnecessary expenses. A year later, he boarded a plane to Italy, a place he had always dreamed of visiting. As he stood before the Colosseum, he felt a profound sense of fulfillment, a connection to the boy who had yearned for this moment. The third step was to find happiness, not the kind that came from achievements, but the quiet contentment of living authentically. Henry learned to embrace imperfection, to celebrate small victories, and to find joy in the present. Years passed, and Henry's life transformed in ways he had never imagined. At 35, he published his first novel, a story inspired by his journey. The book became a bestseller, resonating with readers who, like him, had once been afraid to dream. Henry often returned to Elmbrook, where he would visit the old oak tree by the meadow. It was there, one summer afternoon, that he wrote another letter, this time to his 16-year-old self. Dear Henry, thank you for believing in us, even when I forgot to. We've done it. We've written a book, seen the world, and found happiness. It wasn't easy, and we stumbled along the way, but we never gave up. Your dreams were the seeds of everything I have now. Thank you for reminding me who I am. With love, your 35-year-old self. Henry folded the letter, placed it inside the wooden box, and smiled. The boy he had been and the man he had become were finally at peace, bound together by the courage to dream and the determination to follow through. And so Henry's story became a testament to the power of hope, perseverance, and a single letter that changed everything. Thank you for watching the video. We hope this video was helpful for your English practice. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment below. Your feedback helps us improve, and by sharing your thoughts, you can connect with others on their English learning journey. Let's grow together. See you next time.